I often think of that. Yeah. Yeah, best he did. Oh, they had a big thing about him. Trying to get this country trying to get a mic off of the Germans and all. They negotiated him out of there, I think.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
During the war?
So I think the company started that strike. And I've heard other things. They got a lot of recognition all over the country, you know, pictures, and they gained something for it. They wanted something, I don't know. Try to make the union look bad to break it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, did you and your dad ever talk about union politics when you were growing up?
Union?
Yeah, I mean, was your dad a union man?
No, he never was in the union. There was no union. And see, he got out in 1929, see. I think that's the last he worked in 29. We had no union, see.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a union until 1932, I think.
But wasn't he in the union in the 1970s? Wasn't he in the union in 1917, way back?
Oh, they had one then, but
did you ever talk about that?
I really don't know much. There were a lot of fighting and everything. Then they built the union halls up. And I don't know. I've heard so much about that. I've never been able to figure it all out. But once they had a big fight with the company. You know, they had soldiers in here. See,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know too much about that. He was here then. I don't know where he was working.
Yeah.
He might have been working for Clark. He worked quite a lot for Clark.
Which mine? In the Molten?
In the Molten and
Did he know Clark?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
I never did see Clark myself. I don't think. But they were way back at that time. All the miners, there were 2 or 3 different clans of them, you know, and the union was pretty well fouled up. Everybody wanted to be the boss. See?
Okay, what do you mean 2 or 3 clans?
Huh?
You mean like Daly's had miners and Clark?
Yeah,
had
they all had their own outfit. They had their own protectors, you know, and all that stuff. They had gunners watching them.
Even then? Did Clark have guns?
That's what you call them that you mentioned here a while ago. That's where his reputation, you hear about him.
Who? Oh, you mean the Staples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a company gunner.
Do you know?
There's when I was in the Hooligan Army.
The what?
I was in the Hooligan Army.
Now, what's the Hooligan Army?
CC's.
When were you there?
Huh?
When was that?
That's 1934 when that strike was.
Where did you work?
Where was I at? I was in Idaho.
And that was you, huh? Huh.
Yeah, before I was married, 1934.
Where in Idaho?
Down you go south out of Missoula to, what's the name of that town?
Lolo?
Down in Lolo is where I was at. I was down Packer Meadows, they call it.
Oh, down by Darby. Down by Darby?
Yeah, you cut off at Darby, go west.
Yeah, toward Nez Perce, Idaho.
Down that new highway, number 2, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the end of the road was the bottom of the pass up there.
A Lolo Pass.
Yeah, all primitive areas, and there was nothing. Packer Meadows, Idaho, yeah.
What did you do there?
Oh, I fought fire quite a lot that summer. We're building a road, cribbing a river, Yeah, guys, I was starving to death. 1934.
How did they pay you?
Huh?
How did they pay you?
$5 a month. I got 5, my father got 25. That's all he had too. I seen some tough times, you know. Yeah. I stayed there all summer to the strike. Up in a spy camp, we built a road up to a tower up there.
A lookout tower?
Lookout, them new towers they built in that time, see. Built a road up to there, and it was all finished. We were straightening up the layout. It wasn't much doing. The road was all in, and here comes the snow, about 4 inches of snow. We're up there cold. When I said to myself, I ain't staying up here. And you could move on and take another job, you know. It wasn't hard to do. I got on a truck, went down the main camp. He put me to work cribbing a river with another crew. See, nothing to it. So it was the first day of October. First day of October. We were on strike here, see. We're on strike in the mines here. I come down and somebody listening to the radio said the strike is over in Butte. The strike is over. Ah, that's what I want to hear. And there were a couple of them Army convoy trucks there. They're heading in Missoula for supplies, see. It was a 65 mile, I think, in there, something or more than that. And I asked that, there was some guys getting on, I asked the guy, the truck driver, how'd chance for a ride, jump on, he said. And I jumped on, I never went in the bunkhouse, took any clothes or anything. He's going, I'm going. in Missoula. And these guys in that goddamn truck, I always ended up some way, you know. In that truck, them 3 or 4 guys, they must have been from Missoula. And when they said to me, you want to throw in $1, it was payday the first day of the month. You want to throw in $1 in this? I said, what is it? He said, we're going to get a drink. I give him $1. One of them had an apartment in Missoula. He had some other kind of a job, see. And here he comes back with a gallon jug. Alcohol, I think it was. Jesus, I got drunk. I woke up out in the goddamn freight yards, sleeping on a dock, sicker than a dog. Spent the whole $5. I never will forget that. I don't remember how I got back to Butte. I had no money. I had to ride freight train. I don't know. Maybe I went to Helen and come to Butte. I don't know. But I woke up one day at home. I was a crazy guy, you know. You get in a life like that, you know, and you get past thinking. Yeah, you don't think. Think everything is okay. Don't matter what it is, see? How lucky to be here.
Well, when you were roaming, when you were roaming the streets in Butte as a kid,
yeah.
You know, did you ever make it down into the Twilight Zone or that area? Did you ever?
Oh, we were all over.
What was that like in those days, in the 20s?
Oh, it was wide open shit. They were